Oh, yeah. Well, we have someone that has to leave another day. Yeah. How long do you think is that? At the end. Oh, then we need to stop earlier. I think last time you didn't really do that. You wanted us to play more. But that's okay. We can cut it. So we'll stop at 10 to 7, and then you'll talk the last 10 minutes. Right? Yeah. Or you can stop at 7, and we don't start on time when you're gone. Yeah. We got guys here to make it. What do you think? Yeah. Dust, 1, 2. Good evening. Welcome to another Jazz Vesper service. The big band, Dick Flaherty, he loved this big band, and he I guess 2 years ago he asked me, he says, let's have the big band at the church. I said, you think, it would work, so many people, whatnot? Dick said, yes, we've got to have the band. So we have the band. They were here last year, and we have them here this year again. So thank you guys for being here for our Jazz Vesper service. So we're going to start. My wife is going to read a scripture, and then we'll have a little talk from the artist, and then we'll have the big band. Bernie, here we go.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming out. And I'm reading from Corinthians 1, 12, 18 to 10. To one there is given through the Spirit a message of wisdom. To another a message of knowledge by means of the same Spirit. To another faith by the same Spirit. To another gifts of healing by that one Spirit, to another miraculous powers, to another prophecy, to another distinguishing between spirits, to another speaking in different kinds of tongues. All these are the work of one and the same Spirit, and he distributes them to each one just as he deserves. Thank you. Barbara? Oh, you need that? Oh, I was going to keep it.
Well, I'll give it back. It is my pleasure to introduce Jeff Gold tonight, who will be representing his wife, Diane Gold. Diane was supposed to be exhibiting here a year ago, and then I got an email from her a month before she was to show, saying, I can't come after all, and it's a lollapalooza of a reason. I have brain cancer. Needless to say, we lost Diane, but it seemed that we really still needed to show her work, because this is a part of being an artist, is that you leave something of yourself that's quite tangible behind. And I hope you'll take time to look at her work, and it's only a small sample of what we have. And Jeff will tell you a little bit about her.
Thanks, Barbara. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff, and I'm here to talk about Diane. I would so much prefer if she were up here telling you about her next wacky project with all of her colors and beautiful splashes of everything, but as you heard, she's not here, so I'll do the best I can. We were married for 40 years, and the very first night we met, which happened to be July 4th, 1976, I think you guys will all know what that is, our bicentennial. We sat up all night and we talked. What do we want to do with the rest of our lives? I wanted to be a musician. She wanted to be, well, she already was an artist. I was a communication studies major. She was an art history major. She was studying under some great people like Howard Warshaw and William Roebuck, and she became amazingly good. And then we took a break, raised 3 kids, had a family. She painted a little bit. I played guitar. The kids grew up, and we resumed the dream, and it's worked. Such a shame that it had to get cut short, so short. Along the way, she met a group of people. She referred to them as her tribe. It was headed by a man named David Gallup, who was her mentor and teacher. When David Gallup sells a painting, it's like $50,000. I mean, the guy is amazing. He specializes in underwater stuff, and he goes there and he dives, and it's just beautiful. And what he does... Testing. Got it. Okay. I was talking about David Gallup, and she spent all of her time and studied with him. And what they like to do is go up and down the coast, mainly Malibu, all these wonderful places that you saw some of them out there. But then they would also go to the Channel Islands once a year for 5 years. I didn't go with them. I always said I would. And they spent all day painting. They went to Alaska and they painted. And when she was gone, I had no idea how many paintings she'd done. I mean, she squirreled them away. It was almost like she was afraid to show them. I counted them up. There's 650 paintings that she made. You know, maybe 100 of them have names. I'm giving them numbers. I'll try and name them. They're all beautiful. These things, I called it the magic armoire. She would put them into the armoire, I guess, put them in boxes. And it's absolutely amazing how many paintings will fit in a box when they don't have frames. Doesn't look like 650. But I've got 400 of the 650 categorized. And anytime you'd like, you're welcome to come over. They're on my walls. There's probably 100 of them. You've seen them. And it's very comforting to have them around. In fact, when they do sell, it's kind of like another hole. It's kind of sad. But they're going to a good home. Frequently, they go to friends. So when I go to their houses, I get to see them, which is just another wonderful way. Also, I found out I can take her paintings and make cell phone covers with them. So if this is beautiful, this is actually very similar to a painting that's out there right now. Those are cormorants. I would never have known that's a cormorant, but those are cormorants on a rock. And there's a place called Redbubble, and they're selling them. And we're also making scarves with her paintings. And I didn't know you could do that, but the first ones were delivered Friday. I tried to get some people here to show them off because everyone called me to say they are spectacular. I'm like, suddenly I'm designing purses and scarves. Well, anyway, she loved jazz more than you know. Big band was her favorite. Her parents brought her up on it, and we had that in common from day one. Our first date was at the Preservation Hall Jazz Band when they came around to UC Santa Barbara. And I was in New Orleans 2 weeks ago and actually got to go there for the first time. It was awesome. If you're interested, have any questions, please call me, get in touch with me. Our card, Diane's card's there. Don't call her phone number. It's still on the card. Call me. But her email address does work. And I hope you enjoy looking at her artwork, and I especially hope you enjoy the music.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Can you guys hear me? Yes, you can hear me. Oh, my lovely fiance. We're getting married in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Uh-oh, she got scared. It was 2 weeks away. Vicki Ramos, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm Bernie Dresel, and you're listening to the BBB, and we're happy to be here playing for you today for this Jazz Vespers service. You probably know my history that I was an altar boy many years ago. Yes. Till that knee injury, then it was hard to kneel down and ring the bell for me. Yeah. All right. Anyway, you're hearing the band here, and I'm not going to announce all the solos here because we're not going to get to play very long for you here because we have some more, some talking to go on here at the end after we're done playing. But the first tune you heard was off our new album called Live and Burnin', and this tune was called Straight No Chaser by Thelonious Monk. We continued with a tune called, gosh, what was it? I went out of order. Oh yeah, the soulful Mr. Timmons. And someone requested that as they came in the door. And because I already had it programmed, of course, I told them we would play it for them. Yeah. The last tune was a samba from Brazil. That's kind of a Brazilian groove, and that was called Samba Kente. All these tunes you're hearing today is on the album Live and Burnin' that we recorded about a year ago. Look at that vinyl, isn't that? Can you see it? It's easier to show a vinyl than it is a little tiny CD from that far away. But yeah, it's a double album. Look at that. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It rivals the Sgt. Pepper packaging. Look at that. Yes. And we recorded it live. Not many bands record live anymore. That used to be the way we did that. You know, humans playing music in front of people and recording it. And that's what we did at Joe's Great American Bar and Grill in Burbank. And we play there quite often. In fact, we'll be back there Thursday, June 29th, a couple days before Vicki and I get married. So all the people who aren't invited to the wedding, which is most of you, could come to that show. Okay? And you'll hear the tunes from this record there. We're going to continue on. Feature Ron King on trumpet on another Thelonious Monk tune called Round Midnight. Ready? Little help. Thank you very much. That was called Five Spot. That was actually written and composed by Walter Murphy, who does the music for a little show called Family Guy, An American Dad. He had a hit in the 70s. He wouldn't want me to tell you about it. Something called A Fifth of Beethoven. Do you remember that? Da 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 da. We're not going to play that one. He didn't actually write A Fifth of Beethoven. That was Beethoven that wrote that too, by the way. Yeah. All right, how about I introduce this great band, the BBB, featuring Bernie Dresel. On tenor saxophone, Alex Budman. Playing with us for the first time. Now, this is the challenge. Dan, right? I got that much right. Dan, I'm going to get it. Oh, I almost have it. Yuki. Dan Yuki. I used to have trouble with Nick Daly's name, so that's quite a feat I just pulled off. All right, on alto saxophone, Brian Scanlon. On tenor saxophone, she just soloed on the last tune, Kirsten Edkins. Correct pronunciation and everything, right? Yeah. On baritone saxophone, Glenn Berger. All right, and to my left here on the trombone section, how many people like the trombone? Oh, yeah, it's a big favorite, always in audiences. We got Nick Daly, Alan Kaplan, James McMillian, and Julianne Grau on bass trombone. We're going to do one more tune, you guys, the last tune. Yeah, what's it called? Crossing the Boulevard. Okay, on trumpet, Ron King. Jamie Havorka. Come on, Jamie Havorka. Keep it coming. Yeah. Yeah. We got James Blackwell on trumpet from the Brian Setzer Orchestra, if you've heard of them. And he just got married like a week or two ago. Is that right? Let's give it up for marriage, huh? Oh, yeah. James, what do you think was the hardest day so far in your married life here? What was the hardest day so far? Yeah, of being married. Today? Or first day? Also on trumpet, Ron Stout. Almost called you the baseball player, Trout. You know Trout, right? He's on the Angels. This is Ron Stout, yeah. Okay, on guitar, fellow Polish guy like myself, Andrew Synowiec. Synowiec for you Americans. Yeah. And on the bass, Johnny Hatton. The Reverend Johnny Hatton. Uh-oh, he's going up, he claims. I saw him fall earlier. Oh, look at that. By the way, I read that when you fall and you're old, people are worried about you. That means you're old when they worry. When they laugh, that means you're young. I think I do both when you fall. Yeah, yeah. And I'm Bernie Dresel. We're happy to be here. Okay, we're going to play one more tune off the album Live and Burnin'. Now, don't forget, there is a donation box there for the church on your way out. So if, that helps subsidize our performance here. So United Methodist Church here in Northridge really stepped up to have 16 musicians on the stage for you today. It's kind of a special deal to have that many people here for this Jazz Vespers service. So, I know, $300 a piece. Is that what you heard this was? I'll say anything to get them here. Okay. So again, and out front will also be, there's CDs, there's Blu-ray audio, and there's vinyl for sale if on your way out if you want to check it out. And this last tune is off the album, and this is called Crossing the Boulevard. Very much. The BBB. Stand up, guys and gals.
Bravo.
Northridge United Methodist Church. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. All right, all right. Now this is Vespers. This is Vespers. We got beautiful art outside, and we have fabulous music right here. Now I know you guys are in a hurry, so quietly, pack your things up. I'm gonna speak just a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit, okay? And you can put some more drums on underneath it too. No. Okay. All right. You can't hear
Music.
me? Okay. All right. I was quiet. These guys are fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Thank you very much. You got my blood boiling. I mean, how can you beat that? And have you guys seen the pictures outside? Diane's pictures, they are absolutely gorgeous. I met Diane here, and I'm going to talk for a while, so you guys if want to start packing up, that's okay, okay? I know you got another gig, so, I can sing. Hello. And Diane would come hear this music, and we would stand and we would talk. Now, I did not know that this woman was sick. Okay, the whole time that I talked with her, I complained about my knees. They're replaced. I mean, I complained up, down, sideways, this way, that way. She never said a word. What a beautiful, kind woman. And her art shows it. And her husband, where is he? There we go. Now, it is true, 600 pictures at least, okay, in the house that he didn't know anything about, okay? She started painting late in life. She painted, she was an artist, but then she started painting and painting and painting and feeling it. And one of her favorite poems was The Phenomenal Woman. I'm going to read it, and then you can all go home. But she loved this poem by Maya Angelou. And pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to a suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman phenomenally. Phenomenal woman. That's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please. And to a man, the fellows stand or they fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's the fire in my eyes. Oh, yes, it's the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist, and the joy in my feet. I am a woman phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much to just understand me, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say, it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breast, the grace of my style. I'm a woman phenomenally, phenomenal woman. That's me. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say, It's the click in my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need of my care, 'cause I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. That was written by Maya Angelou. We're all these most beautiful women, and music brings it all out, doesn't it, ladies? And the men can see it in our eyes too. And I thank you all for coming here. And there is this little box right outside that you can put a little money in to help us keep this going. I mean, where can you come and just hear music without people clanking dishes and you know, making all kinds of noise? Or where can you see art and have the artist here, the husband here, he will talk to you? Where can you do this? Only in a church. This is it. So come on, let's keep this going. Now, could we all stand up and say the benediction together? It's on the second page, and everybody started saying this when they were like 2 years old, I'm sure. All right? May the Lord watch between you and me while we're absent one from another. Amen. God bless you all. Come back again, okay? Thank you.
There's some green cards right by the basket there. If you want us to remind you next month when we have our next music, just fill it out and leave it with us. Thank you.